Leonard's case obviously has a resume history around the league, so we evaluate our players along with Leonard in this case as well, who gets a jersey for game day, and we take it one week at a time.
I really just want to do what's best for me. It's a fresh start, out here in Buffalo. Just gave me an opportunity that I feel like I needed.
Leonard Fournette, otherwise known as Lombardi Letty, openly admitting that he is ready, he's up to speed for Bills Mafia. Leonard Fournette might be a good choice to deploy versus the Kansas City Chiefs this week. Look how fast and light these Kansas City Chiefs linebackers are. His recent comments with Buffalo News saying, "I'm comfortable, I'm up to speed, I'm ready, man, just waiting on my opportunity. Of course, my first time really being in this position, so I have my days. I think it's humbling me, testing me, my faith and everything, but I'm getting better." Leonard Fournette is a caged animal waiting to be unleashed by the Buffalo Bills in 2023. But I really think these comments have more so to do with his Liz Frank injury and spending a lot of time away from football recovering. And yes, listening to Leonard Fournette's comments when he first signed here, he openly stated that it would take him 2 to 4 weeks in order to get the run game down.
It's going to take time, and I feel like I can get it within probably 2 to 4 weeks as far as the run.
But snuck in a little comment that it might take him a little bit longer to get those passing concepts down.
Pass concepts is different, so it'll take a minute for that.
And we could see Leonard Fournette was signed on Halloween, October 31st. The Buffalo Bills decided to bring him in. He's 28 years old in his 7th season, has 4,478 career rushing yards and 34 touchdowns on only 1,132 carries. He also has over 2,000 career receiving yards. And going back to NBC's article, you could see here that Cook, Murray, and Johnson are all healthy coming out of the Buffalo's bye week, so Fournette's situation seems unlikely to change in week 14. And another reason why Leonard Fournette might not be seeing the field is because Ty Johnson has definitely been balling out for Bills Mafia. Ty Johnson not only contributing in the running game, but also the passing game, even in which Leonard Fournette said it might even take him longer than 4 weeks in order to get those passing game concepts down. Signing October 31st on Halloween, going all the way through the month of November would get him roughly about 4 weeks. Now about a week into November, coming off a bye week as well, you would think Leonard Fournette should be up to speed at any given moment, but per his words, you really don't know. It does sound like he does have the running concepts down, but it's those passing game concepts that he needs to overcome. Ty Johnson at 5'10", 210 pounds has actually done very well for the Buffalo Bills. We could check his stats and how he's actually contributed here. Not a lot of carries, 10 total carries for 32 yards, but averaging 3.2 yards a carry. No rushing touchdowns. He only has 1 receiving touchdowns, and you could see only 3 receptions on 3 targets for 47 yards, averaging 15.7 yards per reception, which is absolutely excellent. And really, all of those receiving yards came against the New York Jets in one game. By no means am I saying Ty Johnson is a better running back than Leonard Fournette. It's clear that Leonard Fournette throughout his career has rushing touchdowns, rushing yards. He even has over 2,000 yards receiving. Leonard Fournette definitely is the better back for Buffalo to be rolling with here. But we just don't know if he has these passing game concepts down. We could see the statistics between week 10 and week 12, the weeks that Ty Johnson actually started for the Buffalo Bills. You could take a look at how well James Cook has done during that span. James Cook currently ranks 10th best in the NFL with the most rushing yards during this time span with Ty Johnson out there going back the past 3 weeks with Bills Mafia. He currently ranks 6th best in the NFL with total rushing yards. And when we filter by receiving yards, James Cook currently ranks 7th best in the NFL. Ty Johnson, the past 3 weeks, the weeks that he played for the Buffalo Bills, we can clearly see here that he is the 26th best running back in total receiving yards in the NFL. Just take a look at the names that surround him: Travis Etienne, Brian Robinson, Tony Pollard. The point I'm trying to make here is that Ty Johnson has actually done fairly well for the Buffalo Bills, not only running the football, but also receiving the ball. And versus the Eagles, Sean McDermott actually started Andy Isabella in place of Deontay Hardy, and the reason why McDermott stated was because he was looking for some more energy.
I think we've seen Deontay up through the better part of the season to this point. Wanted to see something that looked like with Andy. It's just, I like Andy brings us some energy, right? right? He brings his energy, he brings his juice, good body language.
He was looking for a different attitude at the position, and that is exactly what Leonard Fournette could bring to this Buffalo Bills offense. I've been stating he is the Shaq Lawson of this Buffalo Bills offense. Knowing that Shaq and Leonard Fournette getting in that fight years ago, Leonard Fournette just brings that attitude to this Buffalo Bills offense, and I think would definitely clearly bring a spark to Bills Mafia going forward. Again, Ty Johnson at 5'10", 210 pounds is not the big back that Leonard Fournette actually is. The Bills are 1-2 with Ty Johnson in the lineup. So the Buffalo Bills could definitely be looking at Leonard Fournette to upgrade this running back room. We were all under the impression that it was Damian Harris, Latavius Murray, and James Cook, but because of that injury to Damian Harris, we've been kind of rolling with Ty Johnson, who has done well, but clearly not Lombardi Lenny. The next reason why the Buffalo Bills might actually consider starting Leonard Fournette after the bye week here is because of what the Green Bay Packers did against the Kansas City Chiefs. The Bills have 5 remaining games. Basically, the playoffs have already started for Bills Mafia. These players are going to be running hard. They're going to be running ferocious. Maybe an injury occurs, and then we have a running back in the reserve while allowing Leonard Fournette even more time to get these passing game concepts down. But we could clearly see here what the Green Bay Packers were able to do against the Kansas City Chiefs. The Green Bay Packers were able to have a balanced offense, running the football, passing the football, using play action, and look at this. Even without Aaron Jones, A.J. Dillon, a similar style back to Leonard Fournette, had 18 carries for 73 yards. And just to show you, A.J. Dillon is 6 foot, 247 pounds. Really ran hard, grinded it out, made the Green Bay Packers offense balanced. Spagano didn't know if they were going to run it, if they were going to pass it. On One Bills Live, Steve Spagano, number one priority is stopping the run.
This is a defense that wants to commit to numbers and pressure-wise. They're going to stop the run. They are going to stop the run.
And if the Buffalo Bills can come out against the Kansas City Chiefs and still run the ball, be effective running the ball, it's really going to open up things for Josh Allen passing the football. And take note at all the running backs the Green Bay Packers deployed against the Kansas City Chiefs. It wasn't just A.J. Dillon. Leonard Fournette at 6 foot, 228 pounds. Patrick Taylor, another running back, getting 2 carries for the Green Bay Packers. Christian Watson, a wide receiver, getting some jet sweeps. Jordan Love, their quarterback, running the football, as well as James Robinson, a savvy veteran running back, getting a carry. They didn't only get carries, they were involved in the passing game as well. We could see down here A.J. Dillon getting a target, Patrick Taylor getting a target, James Robinson getting a target. This is about keeping opposing defenses honest, having a threat as a running back running the football, or being a threat as a running back receiving the football and getting those passing game concepts down. Will Leonard Fournette be ready? We heard him even state that it's going to take him at least 2 to 4 weeks to get just the running concepts down. Now he is, after that 4 weeks, learning these passing game concepts. This would be a perfect week for Leonard Fournette to get out there versus the Kansas City Chiefs. And Ty Johnson is not subject to waivers. We could see here that veterans cut with 4 or more years of NFL experience are not subject to waivers and immediately become unrestricted free agents. Leonard Fournette's recent comments saying that he's comfortable, that he's up to speed, prove that Leonard Fournette could very well be ready and deployed in Week 14 for the Buffalo Bills. Now, there are some things that they're kind of juggling with right now, especially with Ty Johnson's success, not only running the football, but in the passing game concepts and receiving the football. Really, all the receptions came in one game versus the New York Jets, and we know during this bye week, Joe Brady and the Buffalo Bills are going through this team with a fine-tooth comb, seeing what worked, what didn't work, and we can clearly go back to that game versus the New York Jets. You cannot forget about what type of skill set Leonard Fournette is going to bring to the Buffalo Bills here, especially in a week against the Kansas City Chiefs, who struggled against A.J. Dillon, a big, thick, full back. And I see the team of the Chiefs being a very speedy type team. Again, we could see the measurables here and how fast the Kansas City Chiefs linebackers actually are. I know Tranquil's dealing with an injury, and there's some other players on that defense that are dealing with injuries. You could see the comparison here between Bernard, Dotson, and Dorian Williams. Their linebackers are actually faster overall than the Buffalo Bills. And usually with faster type linebackers means they're a little bit lighter, meaning that they're going to have a much more difficult time tackling a bigger style back like Leonard Fournette, Latavius Murray. James Cook is fast, Ty Johnson is fast and maybe a little bit bigger than James Cook. But again, Leonard Fournette, Latavius Murray could very well go off versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Are you comfortable starting Leonard Fournette versus Kansas City Chiefs, knowing that he might not have all the passing game concepts down, knowing that the Bills were kind of off this week? They took a bye week. They got away from football. Therefore, Leonard Fournette might not have necessarily been practicing what he's been learning in those passing game concepts with Josh Allen. You have to build some trust, some continuity there. But we saw the limited amount of targets that the Green Bay Packers had with A.J. Dillon and the other running backs. I mean, it's not like we're going to be feeding the ball like crazy to Leonard Fournette in these games. He would be more so a running back running the football with his big body, as well as bringing a much-needed boost to this offense, bringing some revamped energy, and just bringing an overall spark to this team. We see it time and time again. You know, big hits or those angry runs really hypes up the Buffalo Bills team. It swings momentum on our side. And one of the things in away stadiums the Buffalo Bills need to start doing is committing to the run and running the football. That is the number one reason for success in away games. Running the football, grinding the clock out, keeping Patrick Mahomes on the sidelines, and really getting the crowd out of it, especially at Arrowhead. Leonard Fournette could very well be the running back to do it. I want to hear from you. Let me know in the comment section below. Do you think this is the week we see Leonard Fournette? I mean, we got 5 games left. The Buffalo Bills are trying to win all of them in a row. We might have to win all of them in a row in order to make the playoffs, and Leonard Fournette is the guy that could be running extra hard for Bills Mafia. But I appreciate you guys all so much. Hit like, subscribe for future content, releasing videos each and every single day. It would really mean the world too if you guys checked out our Buffalo fan shop, the chicken wing merch. We have t-shirts, long sleeves, hoodies, red, black, gray, blue, every single color. You guys are all hyped up for this game against the Kansas City Chiefs. Man, if the Green Bay Packers could beat them, I know Bills Mafia could serve them an L. Lombardi Lenny is getting ready. He's up to speed. He's comfortable. Get hyped up, Bills Mafia, for this roadmap to the playoffs. Appreciate you, and go Bills.